Okay, so first we're just going to start off with the supplies that you're going to need to do this DIY. And the first thing I have is my decoration. This is just a decoration that we've had in our apartment when my sister actually had a green room, but we don't have green anymore, so we got to switch it up. And this is just from a decoration store. It has little three-dimensional blocks in there, if you can see that, and they're just covered in kind of like this wallpaper type material. Next, you're going to need some Modge Podge. Then you're going to have scissors, of course, and a paintbrush. And I recommend using a fairly worn out or old paintbrush because you're going to be dipping it in the Modge Podge and you don't want to ruin a nice paintbrush. Next, you're just going to need some scrapbooking paper. I got this one from Walmart. You can get scrapbooking paper from Michael's, Walmart, anywhere. So the first thing we're going to do is take the paper off of each block. As you can see here, I've already started to peel back this piece of paper and it came off very nicely. The paper was more of a wallpaper consistency, so it didn't rip or tear or give me any trouble like that. And these decorations are 2 or 3 years old, so the edges were starting to come up on the block, so it made that really easy for them to peel off that way. Whenever you're peeling your paper off, make sure you leave 1 or 2 around and don't throw them away because you're going to need to use them as a template for your scrapbooking paper in the next step. So now that you've peeled all of the paper off of your blocks, you're just going to choose whichever patterns from your scrapbooking paper that you want to use to create your new decoration. I'm just flipping the scrapbook paper over and taking the paper from the blocks and placing it on the back of the scrapbook paper. And I'm just going to trace all the way around it. Now just do this for whichever patterns you choose and make sure that you have enough for all the blocks that are on your decorations. Now that you have all of your squares traced out, you're just going to cut them out and lay them aside so that you'll have them ready to glue on and place onto your new decorations. Now that I have all my pieces of paper cut out and the designs that I want, I've just placed them on the decoration just to see what it would look like before I glued them down and to see
Now that you have everything
in place, just take your Modge Podge and your paintbrush and dip it right in there and brush it all over the block. Make sure that you are getting the Modge Podge all over the entire surface, especially the corners, because like I said before, the corners on the old blocks were starting to come up from where it had just been used for a while. So I'm just really coating that block really well with the Modge Podge. I'm just taking one of these squares and placing it right over the block that I just applied the Modge Podge to, and I'm just smoothing out the paper so that there are no air bubbles and to make sure it fits the block perfectly. The good thing about Modge Podge is that you can paint over the paper and it's going to dry completely clear, and it gives you just a really firm, strong coat. So I'm just going right back over that block and painting it with Modge Podge. Now I'm just repeating that step for all of the blocks on both of my decorations. So after everything is completely dry, this is your finished product. I absolutely love the way it came out. It's so much more up to date. It's so much more versatile with the colors, and I cannot wait to hang it in my apartment. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!